We take you live to Riverside Park, where Kevin Holden and Bill Dolan give you the play-by-play. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Riverside Park at Newton County High School. A big game tonight for the Newton High School Rams, who come in at 9-1 and ranked third in the state of Georgia. This is the sub-region opener. The Rams compete in 8 Quad A South, and they tonight will take on one of their traditional rivals from 8 Quad A South, the Brookwood Broncos, live from Riverside Park. Kevin Holden on the play-by-play action, the man to my right, who will give you the color analysis of this afternoon's game. Bill Dolan and Bill, the Rams, with 9 days off, have had a chance to rest a few tired bodies and a few tired arms after playing 4 games in 2 days, but the Rams will go out now and have to reprove themselves here against the Broncos, starting sub-region play.
Always a tough opponent for the Rams, the Brookwood Broncos. The Rams have suffered some heartbreaking losses to them, so this is going to be a really big game. After last week, the Rams went back to basics in practice. I was out talking to Coach Joe Brasfield, and he said quite a few of the players did many a sit-up as they were punished, if you will, for making mental lapses and the like during the week's practice. Any mistake or failure to perform properly, they had to do sit-ups. So the Rams have tightened up those stomach muscles. They're ready out here. Hopefully Mother Nature will go along with us. We got a light sprinkle falling now, just a light mist. Doesn't appear to be a factor yet, but hopefully it'll stay away for the next couple hours to where we can get the ball game in.
And we thought that the weather might end up being a factor and possibly even postponing this game, but Mother Nature has been kind to us, and we hope that that will continue. Lance Coffin is on the mound for the Newton Rams, and he will face this lineup from the Brookwood High School Broncos, coming down here from Snellville, Georgia. Ashley Sweat will lead it off. He plays right field. Jason Harris in center field bats second. Nick Green is the shortstop. He will bat third. Wes Zwern is your left fielder. He will bat fourth. Brad Teal at catcher hits fifth. Corey Tarver is the designated hitter and the number 6 batter. Mark Bell at third base hits seventh. Andrew Bice is the first baseman. He will bat eighth. And rounding out the order at second base is Marcus Wiggins.
And your Rams line up this way defensively. Joseph Poole back at first base. Ryan Allen at second base. Luke Allen back with a start at shortstop. And here's one of the changes. Matt Easterday at third base. Around the outfield, Michael Dawson lefts. Sam Allen takes over in center field. Richie Cleary is the right fielder. And behind the plate, Brian Moondog Moon back at it again. And on the hill, Lance Cawthon, the senior starter, coming in with a 2-0 record, ready to do it again.
Cawthon's ERA 1.11 as Wind first pitch is a little bit low for ball 1 to Ashley Sweat. Cawthon in 12 2/3 innings has allowed 8 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 10. A walk to strikeout ratio right about where he wants it. The 1-0 pitch called strike on the outside corner.
And Lance has been real effective this year in his starts, keeping the ball in play, not walking people, not hurting himself, and getting good defense behind him.
Brian Moon gives the sign. The pitch on the way, a little bit low and outside, runs it to 2-1 to the right-handed batter for Brookwood, Ashley Sweat. Sweat looks more like a second baseman than he does a right fielder. Short, scrappy, leadoff batter type, and he's up there in that leadoff spot for Brookwood. And the 2-1 on the way to him, swung and bounced back to the mound on one hop. Cawthon fields it. His throw to first a little wide, but Poole comes across the bag, and that's the first out.
Joseph Poole, once again, as we said, getting the start back at first base. Again, Lance Cawthon has been playing a little first base. Joseph missed a few of the games. Lance did a real good job over there at first base, and I think we're going to see a lot more of him there when he's not pitching.
Here's Jason Harris, the Brookwood Broncos center fielder. Rams defense has committed 18 errors so far this year. There's a swing and a miss at a high fastball, 0-1. The opponents have committed 20. Just a note about these statistics we're giving you, there are a couple of games not included, and they are the 2 that the Rams played against Troup County. That statistical error will be fixed by Wednesday. The pitch on the way, a little bit outside, 1-1. Our stat person mentioned to us before the game that those corrections would be made. Harris digs in, a right-handed batter. The wind, the 1-1 on the way to him. Off-speed pitch, stayed a little high and a little tight, 2-1.
Lance appears to be having just a little bit of trouble out on the mound. It might be a little slippery after the little bit of rain that's fallen, or where they looks like they might have wet it down a little bit.
The 2-1 on the way. Swung on and missed. There's a good hard fastball, 2-2.
And Jason Harris has a tendency to go chasing after that high, hard one. He swung a 2 up in the eye level, so I wouldn't be surprised to see another one up there.
And the 2-2 on the way. Swung on and just got a piece of it. That actually looked like a breaking ball, and Harris fouled it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. We are in the top half of the first inning. This is the sub-region opener for both teams. both the Newton Rams and Brookwood Broncos. And if this is your first time listening to the Rams as they tackle the teams in the region, it is always wild. Stay tuned. The 2-2 swung on and fouled back. It remains 2-2. Every year, 5 or 6 out of the 7 teams are very, very strong. A lot of one-run games, very exciting, very heated, intense games. And, of course, we bring them to you live right here on Covington's radio station.
And it sure is good to be back out here at Riverside Park after the long extended trip away. After 10 games, only 2 of them haven't been played here. As they say, it's good to be back home.
And the 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Looked like an off-speed pitch that got Harris out in front. Harris went down to one knee trying to catch up with that one. It's now 2 down in the inning.
Good pitch there by Lance Cawthon. Had him looking for that high. He came in with a good off-speed pitch, and Jason Harris was way out in front of it and almost broke his back trying to catch up with it, and 2 down in the inning already.
Here is Nick Green, and he takes the first one on the outside corner for strike 1. Green, the Brookwood Broncos shortstop, takes a look down at third base, and the head coach, Tom Jones. Brookwood comes in with a record of 7-3. The 0-1 swung on and missed on the curveball from Cawthon. 0-2. The Rams 9-1 and ranked number 3 in the state of Georgia. A big buzz here in Newton County.
Everyone's really excited about the start they've had, and both you and I cannot remember them being ranked this high at any point in time.
There's a swing and a 2-hopper out beyond third baseman Matt Easterday and into left field. It's a base hit for Nick Green. Easterday playing at third base for the first time this year, and the first time probably in quite a while. He's used to playing shortstop, sometimes pitching, but that one got by him as Green now safe at first base.
That was kind of a seeing eye type single. Took a big hop, a little Baltimore chop out in front of the plate, and it just kind of fed its way through there, and really not much of a chance. Even if Matt had come up with it, or if Luke Allen had been able to come up with it, they would have had a hard time throwing the runner out.
The wind and the pitch outside, ball 1. One of the amazing things about the Rams' 9-1 record, and you mentioned it before, they have played only 2 home games. They used to be a host site of the South Metro Tournament, but their bracket was held at Henry County High School this time around. But the Rams, despite all the road games, still 9-1. Wes Zwern swings and fouls one, apparently right off his right ankle. It's 1-1, but he's okay.
And the field is in great shape here. The grass is really starting to come out. The outfield looks immaculate, and the infield starting to fill in again. Everything looks great. We're ready for sub-region play. And for all you fans out there, come out and see these Rams. Your Rams are ranked number 3 in the state, and they're an exciting ball club, and I think they're going to go a long ways this year.
Cawthon checks the runner at first base. He is to the belt, checks him a few more times, and the 1-1 on the way. A little bit high, 2-1.
Pretty good off-speed pitch there. Must have stayed up just a bit high in the strike zone. This particular umpire isn't giving the neighborhood strike zone like we've seen earlier this year. He's calling them kind of tight in there.
Cawthon goes to first, and Green is back in there safely. Cawthon did exactly what he wanted to do to start this game. A weak ground ball back to the mound and a strikeout to start it out, and that's what you want after not playing a home game in so long, and plus to start the region. You want a good, strong start. There's a swing and a line drive. It's into right field for a hit. Green is going to stop at second base. Richie Cleary gets it back in a hurry. 2 straight base hits here, and first and second, but still 2 down. Brad Teal will be the batter.
And Richie Cleary came in, made a good play on that ball, coming up with it a 1-hop. Had the runner decided to try to round second. I think Richie was kind of trying to lure him into taking that wide turn and then come in behind him, but the runner wisely held when he saw that Richie was going to make the easy play.
And here comes Teal. A right-handed batter. We've seen nothing but that from the Broncos so far. 5 batters, all of which bat from the right-hand side of the dish. Cawthon checks the runner at second base. His stretch and first offering, a little bit low with the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes.
Brad Teal with that almost exaggerated closed stance, standing up to the plate and way out in front of the plate, in fact. He's almost out of the batter's box up in front of the plate, in fact.
Stretch by Cawthon, his 1-0. A little bit low and outside, 2-0. Teal closing up his stance. He might be looking to go to right field, and since Ryan Allen is very close to the bag at second, a big hole is open between first and second. Runners take their leads. Cawthon will step off, and Green and Zwern will go back to their respective bases.
This is a big hitter for Lance Cawthon to get out of this first inning without being scored upon. As you were saying, your first game back after 9 days. If you can get out of that first inning without any damage and get in, maybe get a couple runs yourself, gets that confidence building back up again. And the Rams had a good week of practice. coach was real satisfied with the progress they made. But what you don't want to do is come out and let a little nerves or jitters in that first sub-region game give up a couple of early runs and put yourself behind.
Rams were sub-region champions last year in addition to being region champs, and a Final Four team in the state of Georgia. There's a swing and a two-hopper down the third base line, but foul. It'll go to 2-1. But the Rams last year making it into the region tournament as the #1 seed from the south side. The region tournament takes 3 teams, and that's where everybody is hopefully headed. Hopefully they're all competing definitely for the 3 spots that come from each sub-region in that region tournament. They take 3 from the north side, 3 from the south side. The 2-1 on the way. High and outside, ball 3.
Lance needs to be careful here because he doesn't want to walk this batter with the DH coming up next. Normally somebody DH and has a pretty good stick, so he really doesn't want to have to face him with the bases loaded.
Runners take their leads, and the 3-1 is inside, ball 4. And after retiring the first 2, Coughlin has loaded the bases to bring up the DH, Corey Tarver.
And Lance Coughlin walks behind the mound, rubbing up the baseball, just kind of talking to himself a little bit. In fact, here comes Coach Joe Brasfield out to the mound and Brian Moon, and they're going to talk to Lance, try to see if they can't get him settled down a little bit and just face this batter and get out of the inning.
Coughlin started off very strong against those first 2 hitters and had one line drive toward right field that was just kind of a poke out that way. This batter that he's walked, only walk number 4 from him all year, and he's pitched just over 13 innings.
He has done a real good job of not hurting himself with the base on balls. Hopefully this one will not hurt him there. The umpires had a little meeting there. The base umpire came in pointing to his wrist like as if he was pointing for a time check or something. I guess he was wanting to keep time on the number of, or the amount of time that the coach came out and talked to him, trying to keep the appearances brief.
There may be a high school rule about that. There's a high school rule about just about everything, as there's a swing and a foul ball back to the screen by Tarver. It's 0-1. The Rams hitting .302 as a team, but the pitching has been the main reason why they are 9-1. The team ERA, not counting those games against Troup County, 1.75 as opposed to 4.89 for the Rams' opponents this year.
Seems kind of strange being this far back off the field after several of those games where we looked right through the screen.
There's a swing and another foul ball right back to the top of the screen. It's 0-2. Our view is directly behind home plate here at Riverside Park and Joe Brasfield's office, the second level of the press area / concession stand. And before it's over with, we'll have to go down and visit the folks in the concession stand and sample some of the fine food and drinks they have down there. That's a tradition for us. The 0-2 pitch, just missing outside. In fact, the home plate umpire rose as if he wanted to punch the batter out, but decided against it.
Brian Moon framed that pitch real well, but I believe it was probably just a little bit too far outside.
1-2. 2 down with the bases loaded. Coughlin is pitching from the windup, and his 1-2 pitch just missing a little bit outside. Coughlin took several steps toward the dugout, but the count is even, 2-2.
Lance really wanted that call again. Now it's, as you say, 2-2. He really needs to bear down and just go ahead and come after this hitter. I'd say it's time to come in with a good high, hard heat and just blow it by him.
Coughlin checks Nick Green at third base. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 as the umpire punches out the batter, Corey Tarver. That was a little confusing as the ball got out in front of Brian Moon, and it was a delayed call, but the umpire finally did punch out Tarver. It is a strikeout, the second of the inning by Coughlin, and Brookwood goes down. No runs, 2 hits. There was a walk, 3 men left on base. We've played a half an inning. Welcome back to Riverside Park, ladies and gentlemen, and we have no score in the Sub-Region 8 Quad A South opener of 1995. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
Today, more than ever, personal safety is a real concern. And with a cellular phone from East Metro Communications, help is just a phone call away. East Metro Communications is Covington's full-service cellular store. An authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, East Metro Communications has a complete selection of car phones, transportable phones, and handheld phones. East Metro Communications stocks quality cellular phones from Oki, NEC, AudioVox, Motorola, and Fujitsu. Go by East Metro Communications at 7115 Highway 278 and let their staff show you just how affordable cellular can be. That's East Metro Communications, 7115 Highway 278, or call them at 786-6796. Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular. That's East Metro Communications, 786-6796 Highway 278 in Covington.
And welcome back to Riverside Park on the campus of Newton High School. Newton Ram baseball as they begin the sub-region. This is their sub-region opener, taking on the Brookwood Broncos. And the Rams, a little trouble in the top of the first, but they got out of it unscathed, and now it's their turn to put some runs on the board, and here to try and do that for you, Kevin Holden.
All right, Bill, thank you very much. Here is the lineup that the Rams will send up against the Brookwood right-hander Keith Wilson. Ryan Allen leads it off. He'll play second base. Brian Moon, the catcher, hits second. Luke Allen at shortstop will bat third. Richie Cleary is in right field and taking the cleanup duties for today's game. Sam Allen is in center field, little different position for him. He'll be batting fifth. Chris Middlebrooks, the DH, hits sixth. Lance Cawthon, the pitcher, bats seventh. Joseph Poole at first base hits eighth. And rounding out the order, the third baseman, Matt Easterday.
And for the Brookwood Broncos, Andrew Bice is at first base, Marcus Wiggins the second sacker, Nick Green at short, Mark Bell at the hot corner third base, Wes Zwern out in left, Jason Harris in center, and Ashley Sweat in right field. Brad Teal behind the plate, and Keith Wilson on the mound.
And Ryan Allen will be the first man up for Newton. Allen hitting .280, no homers, 2 RBIs. Once again, we'll remind you, the games against Troup County temporarily not included in our statistics. Wilson goes into the wind, and Ryan Allen takes the first one for a strike, 0-1. Allen has not been charged with an error yet this year. At second base, he does have one error, but he was playing shortstop when he committed that miscue. The wind and the 0-1 line right back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. That one nearly took the cleats off of Keith Wilson as it was lined right back at the mound.
And Ryan Allen continues to just hit the ball hard wherever he hits it. Most of his outs have been hard outs. He's had some really bad luck, some atom balls that have just been lined at people. He's stayed with it, continues to hit the ball hard. That one found its way through. He lined one real similar to that in another game where he literally hit the pitcher in the chest and shoulder area and knocked him out of the game. So quite a continued good job of hitting by Ryan Allen in that leadoff spot.
Here's another man who's been doing a good job of hitting of late, Brian Moon. Throw to first base, Ryan Allen is back in. Allen with 2 stolen bases and 4 attempts. Brian Moon is at .333, and by our totals, he has reached base at least once in every single game the Rams have played so far. Throw to first, and once again, Allen is back.
Good snap tag by the first baseman down there, Andrew Bice. As Ryan was sliding in, he got back in easily. Of course, the Rams love to run, and Coach Brassfield's going to have them run until they get thrown out.
And Moon swings and lines one toward left field. Wes Zwern is there, parks himself under it and makes the catch, and that is out 1. Allen will stay put at first base.
And Wes Warren kind of surrounded that one by himself. He looked like he was having a little trouble out there, and circling the wagons, finally came up with it. It makes you think that if something's hit maybe to either side towards the gap, he's going to have a little trouble getting there. It didn't look real comfortable on the play, Kevin.
Luke Allen will be the hitter, and Zwern, playing at Riverside Park, of course, for the first time in '95, may have had a little trouble picking that one up. There's a swing and a ground ball towards second. Wiggins has to charge his throw onto short for 1 out. Onto first, not in time. Luke Allen is in safely, and Andrew Bice had to come off the bag to take the throw. So Allen is retired 4-6. That's Ryan Allen, and Luke Allen is safe on the fielder's choice.
And Ryan Allen did a good job of going after the shortstop, Nick Green, to make sure he was not able to complete the double play. The ball really wasn't hit hard enough to turn it. It would have had to be turned perfectly. Of course, Luke Allen runs real well, and Ryan did his job going hard into the shortstop.
And big Richie Cleary will be the hitter. He's at .280 with a home run and 7 RBI. Throw to first. Luke Allen is back in. Cleary is second on the team to Luke Allen in RBI. Luke has 9. The team has scored 57 runs in their first 8 games of the year. As the pitch to Cleary is low, 1-0. They also scored a total of 5 runs against Troup, so 62 runs in 10 games.
Which comes to a 6.2 average per game, and you're going to win a lot of ball games if you score at that rate, particularly the way the pitching's been for him.
By the way, nice math. Pitch on the way. It is a called strike. Runner goes for second. The throw down. They got him. Right on the money from Brad Teal out to the shortstop, Nick Green, who made the tag. And Luke Allen was out by a good step, and that'll be the third out of the inning as Allen caught stealing. No runs, one hit, no one left on base, and after a full inning, no score in the Rams sub-region opener of 1995. Number 3, Newton Rams baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
Take the worry out of insurance claims with Auto Owners Insurance. Ranked as one of the top companies in the United States for claim service by a national consumer magazine, you'll enjoy a quick and fair settlement of your personal or business loss. In fact, we're known as the no-problem people because service is our claim to fame. See your Auto Owners Insurance agent today.
Call your auto owner's agents. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
And welcome back to Riverside Park, Newton Ram baseball in the sub-region opener. Here with the play-by-play, the voice of the Rams, Kevin Holden.
Okay, Bill Dolan, we thank you very much. Top of the second, no score. Mark Bell, Andrew Bice, and Marcus Wiggins, the bottom 3 batters in the Brookwood order, due up here against Lance Cawthon. Cawthon, after 2 outs, loaded the bases in the first, but escaped with a strikeout of Corey Tarver. And he will go to work here against Bell, the first lefty we've seen in the Brookwood order so far, and the first pitch to him, taken low.
That's kind of been a thing we've seen in most of the teams the Rams have played so far this year. Many, many more right-handed batters. Of course, the Rams pretty heavy with lefties in their lineup, which is unusual, actually, for a high school team.
A 1-0, called strike outside corner, evens it up at 1-1. That's actually been the case for several years here at Newton County. In fact, in '93, the Rams had a tremendous amount of trouble against lefties because of the abundance of left-handed bats in the order. There's a swing and a line drive on 2 hops past Ryan Allen into center field. It's a base hit. Third so far in the game for the Brookwood Broncos, and they have a base runner here with no one out.
They appear to be measuring Lance Cawthon's fastball pretty well. That ball driven hard up the middle just to the right of Ryan Allen. When it first took off, I thought maybe we might see one of those dazzling diving stops by Ryan, but it got through the middle a little too quick for him.
And Andrew Bice will stand in. A first baseman hitting 8th, a little unusual. He is looking to bunt here, at least shortening up to bunt. Now pulls it back, swings, and grounds one foul. Right over by Joe Brassfield, who makes the clean play and the hard toss back to the mound.
Good play by the coach down there. He's sitting right at the edge of the dugout, came up clean with the one-hand shot and threw it back. And our normal good fielding first base coach not here today. We have that egg-eating Stanley Allen from the football team and the junior varsity.
Throw to first, a runner's back in. They nickname him Cool Hand Luke, and he will be at first base, coaching first base for the Rams. But Joe Brassfield, a former pitcher with Jacksonville State University, so he is very familiar with fielding cleanly and good accurate tosses. There's a swing and a line drive back to the screen. It's 0-2. In fact, Brassfield wears the same number here at Newton County that he wore in college, number 27. We'll have to find out why exactly that is.
Maybe it's a lucky number for him.
Well, Sam Allen wears number 13, which is lucky for some and definitely unlucky for others. Throw to first. Bell is back in.
We did want to mention something else about Jacksonville State, I believe. Aren't they coming to town Wednesday to play in a game right here at Newton?
They are playing right here at Riverside Park on Wednesday, so if you folks are in the area, come on by and watch Jacksonville State. It'll be a college game here on the campus of Newton High School. The 0-2 pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Andrew Bice. Brookwood with a runner at first, no one out. Cawthon checks him, and the 1-2 on the way home, swung on and popped up. Left side, Easterday, the third baseman, near the pitcher's mound, makes the catch. That's the first out of the inning.
And that's a real compliment to the field here that a college team would be willing to play one of their games here. There's a lot of fields that we've played on that I'm sure a lot of colleges wouldn't want to go anywhere near, but that tells you the shape and dimensions of this park are up to snuff for a college team. So that's a good compliment to the Rams and their ball field.
College left-handed batters, I think, would like this place quite a bit. It's 310 down the right field line. with some very tall trees down there. There's a swing and a miss from Marcus Wiggins, a left-handed batter, 0-1. It's 320 to left and 360 to center, which is average distance to both of those places, but a little shorter toward right field. And we've seen some lefties on days when the wind blows out that way take advantage of that. Wiggins, the Brookwood second baseman, awaits and takes one on the outside corner. He's in the hole here, 0-2. And Cawthon once again has bounced back well.
The last couple of years, of course, the Rams have had some great left-handed batters come through here and have found those trees out there many times.
Tim Hires is one, Jeff Key is one, Lance Shannon is one. There's a called strike outside corner. Brian Moon may have helped Lance Cawthon out there. That was a fastball right around the outside corner. And Brian Moon came back and framed it, but framed it a few inches a little farther inside from where the pitch actually was. May have helped Cawthon with the call there.
Well, that's what a good catcher is supposed to do, help his pitcher out any way he can. And Brian pulled it back in just a hair and held it. And it was actually a pretty good pitch. It's too close to be taken if you're the hitter up there with 2 strikes on.
Third to first, Ashley Sweat is back. Ashley Sweat's the hitter, actually. Mark Bell at first base is back in safely. Sweat grounded back to the mound his first time. Cawthon steps off, and Bell once again will go back to first base. The Ram pitcher has been keeping a close eye on that runner at first base. Wants to keep him right there. The pitch swung on and grounded foul down the third baseline. It's 0-1. Interesting stat about stolen bases. The word has gotten out about the Rams and their catcher, Brian Moon, because in the games that the Rams have played, opponents have attempted a total of 6 stolen bases. Contrast that to the Rams, who have attempted 26. They've been successful, by the way, 21 out of 26 times. The opponent's only 4 out of 6.
Big difference there.
That's exactly right. There's a lefty warming up in the Brookwood bullpen. He may be just getting some extra throwing in. Stretched by Cawthon, his pitch on the way. A little bit outside. Of course, the Rams with a lot of left-handed bats, and perhaps the Brookwood head coach pulling a little trick maneuver here. He may let his right-handed pitcher go a couple innings, then bring in a lefty. 1-0 on the way. Swung on and bounced foul back toward the screen. Evens the count up at 1-1.
And after that initial single in this inning, Lance Cawthon has really decided to bear down. He's doing a much better job pitching. Appears to have that velocity and zip back on his fastball and his breaking ball moving a little better.
The Rams will play another sub-region game Wednesday. As the 1-1 is on the way, it swung on and popped up foul down the left side. This one will land out of play and make it 1-2. The Rams on Wednesday will travel to what is officially Lithonia, but is more in the vicinity of Centerville, Georgia, or perhaps even Stone Mountain, as they take on the Shiloh Generals from Parents Field at Shiloh High School. That'll be Wednesday at 5. If you're coming to the game, dress warmly. Ignore the temperature, just dress warmly. Cawthon checks the runner at first base. His stretch, runner's going on the 1-2. It's popped up. And this one may be a little confusing. In is Ryan Allen, though, and he takes charge and makes the catch right behind the pitcher's mound. A good job on the part of Allen taking charge, and the slick fielding second baseman catches the pop-up to finish off the Broncos here. No runs, 1 hit, and that man was left at first base. We have played an inning and a half, no score, as the Newton Rams and Brookwood Broncos lock horns in the first sub-region battle of 1995. This is Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
If you want to save money on a great chainsaw, you want the Husqvarna 51. Because right now at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, you can pick up the powerful, reliable, and lightweight Husqvarna 51 for only $329.95. That's a savings of $70. With 3.1 cubic inches, the Husky 51 has the power to do some serious cutting. Thanks to an extra-large air intake and filter, it runs clean and cool. It weighs just over 11 pounds and features a combination choke idle for easy starting. What's more, it has one of the industry's lowest vibration ratings. It all adds up to a saw that lets you do a lot more with a lot less effort. No wonder professional loggers choose Husqvarna. So pick up your own Husqvarna, the Husky 51, and save big. It's just $329.95 at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Call them at 786-7979 for more information, or see them on the square in downtown Covington.
Welcome back to Riverside Park Newton Ram Baseball. We head to the bottom of the second inning, and here with the play-by-play, who else but Kevin Holden.
Richie Cleary, the first man up for the Newton Rams here in the bottom half of inning number 2. The Ram right fielder waiting for the first one. It's down low for ball 1. Cleary starts here with a clean slate. Luke Allen was caught stealing. A terrific throw from the Brookwood catcher, Brad Teal. And the Rams may be a little more quiet on the base paths now that they've seen the arm of Brad Teal. The wind, the 1-0 pitch, called strike. It's 1-1.
Richie's got to be a little anxious up there. It's 2 fastballs he's seeing in a
The yard that the fastballs will end for Cleary, and he'll have to learn to hit that off-speed stuff. The 1-2 is off-speed and swung on and missed. Cleary goes down on strikes. So Keith Wilson adjusted and came back with the off-speed stuff after about the first 2 pitches.
And, of course, he kept those fastballs away from him, down and away, and then came in with the slow junk, and Richie, once again, over-anxious. I guess the word's already out on him.
Sam Allen is the hitter, and he looks at the first one high. And we'll get a chance to say something that we don't normally say. Center fielder Sam Allen, in his first trip up there, he'll be playing a little more center as the sub-region schedule goes along. Coach Brassfield making a defensive realignment as the 1-0 is low and outside for ball 2. Matt Easterday will be playing third base. Luke Allen, the permanent shortstop, of course, when he's not pitching. And Sam Allen will be in center field. This is the first time that Coach Brassfield has used that defense. The 2-0, a called strike.
I don't think Sam liked that call too much. It looked a little low to him. But he's still got one to give, and I think you're going to see Sam in there digging. He's been hitting the ball a lot better. He's hitting it hard and getting a few more base hits, raise that average up to 269 now.
And the 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3. So Allen in the driver's seat here, 3-1. Middlebrooks on deck. Allen, the senior, bats from the right-hand side. The wind by Wilson, the pitch on the way. Swung on and bounced hard toward third. Mark Bell will take it, his throw to first, in time for the first out. Sam Allen chopped that one hard, and it went up in the air almost like a pop fly. Mark Bell, the third baseman, had to field it like a pop fly, but still had enough time to retire Sam Allen.
When the ball first hit, I thought it was going to get over the third baseman's head, but it kind of hung up there, and he was able to make the play, made a good, strong throw over to Andrew Bice, the first baseman, who's a pretty tall fellow. That ball looked like it was going to be high, but it was right about his chest level. He's a big fellow down there at first base.
Bice reminds you a lot of Joseph Poole. First pitch to Chris Middlebrooks is low and outside, ball 1. A tall first baseman, a big first baseman. Poole bats 8th, and so does Andrew Bice. At least they both do in this game. The 1-0 from Wilson, a called strike. It's 1-1. Middlebrooks, a .222 hitter, but the stats don't do him justice. His on-base percentage at .500, his slugging percentage nearly .600. He's made his hits count, and he's reached base quite a bit. He takes one outside for ball 2. In fact, leads the team in bases on balls that he's drawn as a hitter with 6.
That shows a real good eye for a hitter, particularly one without that many at-bats. Chris hasn't had that many at-bats, but he's come through when he's had the opportunity.
Takes one inside. Fastball just missed the inside corner. It's 3-1. Middlebrooks looking to ring the bell of Keith Wilson and the Brookwood Broncos. The sign from Teal. Wilson has what he wants, the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and bounced toward first base. Bice will take it. He will feed his pitcher in time. 3-1 in the scorebook, and the Rams go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom half of inning number 2. No score from Riverside Park as we head to the third. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114, 482-1114.
It's the Best Buys of March going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza. A Keller 6-foot aluminum stepladder, only $25.88. An Ever-Ready floating lantern, $3.99. Quick-set entry lock or deadbolt, just $7.97 each. And Enforcer drain care, $4.88. It's the Best Buys of March going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware, on the square, and in Newton Plaza.
And welcome back to Riverside Park on the campus of Newton High School. We're moving right along in this game, heading to the top of the third inning here with the play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much. Jason Harris, Nick Green, and Wes Zwern, the next three due up for the Broncos in the top of the third. And briefly here in the top of inning number 3, we'll visit with Lance Shannon. Last year, a senior for the Newton Rams, and saw the Rams make the Final Four, and hoping that he can come back at least a couple of times during the year and watch the Rams do the same in '95. And Lance, so far, the Rams have looked pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, they're really impressing everybody they play. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a surprise to me, but like coming into this year, they, of course we lost. Newton lost some big seniors last year, and people didn't, put high hopes on it. It's kind of like my senior year after we lost Jeff Key and Anthony Green. We have something to prove that makes us play better, and I think it's the same way with them. They're playing, real good right now.
Just as we were talking about impressive play, Jason Harris lambasted one into left center for a base hit. So Brookwood has the leadoff man on here in the third. And Lance Coffin has had some good moments and bad moments out there. He's looked very strong, and then at other times has looked kind of weak out there as the first pitch to Nick Green is down low.
Yeah. Oh, Lance is he's that kind of pitcher. He allows a lot of base runners, but he bears down and he gets them out most of the time. That's the way he's always been. That's the way he has it so far today too.
Checks the runner at first. His 1-0 on the way. Hitter was looking to bunted the thing all the way over the screen and foul. It evens up at a ball and a strike, so a little lack of execution of fundamentals there on the part of the Brookwood Broncos. They come in 7-3, but the Rams 9-1, and that South Metro Tournament Championship, you've got to know the seniors are happy. They walk away here. The seniors of this year walk away with 4 straight.
Sure, that's great. My freshman year was the first year we was in the South Metro, and we finished second. But that's 4 years in a row.
Runner heads for second base. Throw down there. Not in time. Harris steals the base.
Probably time to move on to another tournament next year.
Rams may want to enter one of those tournaments they have up in North Atlanta involving the Cobb teams.
Yeah, them are great tournaments up there. What is it called? Atlanta Classic or something? Dugout Classic. All the teams.
One of those teams, the Wheeler Wildcats, you saw them last year in the state playoffs, and the Rams right up behind them in the state rankings in third. Does that do anything for you psychologically as a team when you're ranked third in the state?
I think it makes you more confident. You got to be sure not to be too overconfident, though. Sometimes overconfidence is bad, but as long as you're confident to a point where you go out and you do your job and you know you can do it, then I think it helps the team.
This is the Rams' first game since getting that third in the state ranking, as the 2-1 is inside. 3 balls and a strike to Nick Green, and the 3-1 up high, ball 4. That is the second base on balls that Coffin has allowed here. So I am to understand that you got a couple starting assignments for Georgia Tech recently.
Yeah, that's what I told you earlier, that I figured my playing time would increase when we get ACC games. The coaching staff has a lot of confidence in me, and it showed. I had 2 starts. I went 2 for 9 for the series up in North Carolina, but I hit the ball real good. I didn't strike out. I made contact with the ball. I think that's what they like. I hit some shots right at the second baseman, but a lot of times it happens that way.
Here's Wes Zwern. He singled his first time up there with first and second now, and no one out. He takes a pitch outside for ball 1, and Coffin here in trouble in the top half of inning number 3. 1-0 on the cleanup batter. Just a reminder, in the bottom half of this inning, we will have the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. Your chance to pick up some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. If a Newton Ram batter can take one deep and you are in the list of entrants, you'll be in good shape. There's a swing and a miss. High pitch from Coffin, and Zwern going after it. It's 1-1. Pretty intense games against North Carolina, as I understand.
Oh, yeah, we had my first ever bench clearing brawl against them Friday, and it was great, but I just hit behind the biggest player on my team and just hoped I'd stay out of it a little bit.
You were well coached.
Yeah,
the 1-1 on the way. It is a little bit high, 2-1. That's exactly what they tell you.
Maybe my junior or senior year when I'm a little bigger, I might get out there, but I'm one of the smaller ones, so I don't just kind of stay out of it a little bit.
The key is get behind somebody who's big and just push.
Oh, yeah, that's what I did.
2-1, the count is Zwern. Coffin checks the runner at second. His pitch on the way. Line back up the middle into center for a base hit. Harris will be around third. The throw home is going to be up the first base line, and Brookwood scores first here and leads it 1-0. Green stayed at second base. So once again, first and second, no one out, but a run home here for the Broncos, and the Rams behind, and Brassfield is out to the mound. and Lance Cawthon's night is over. So what we're going to do is take a break, and we'll be back. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you're tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Irish Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan, we won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
If you're a serious sports fan and you crave serious sports talk, then you need to tune in to WGFS AM 1430 each and every Saturday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. for Sports Source Weekly. Todd Q. Chapman and Kevin Holden will be taking your phone calls. We'll be discussing sports topics on the professional level, the collegiate level, and on the local high school level. That's Sports Source Weekly, heard every Saturday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. with Todd Q. Chapman and Kevin Holden right here on Newton County's Source for Sports, WGFS AM 1430.
Back to Riverside Park, Newton County High School. A slew of changes here for the Newton Rams, who trail this one now 1-0. Luke Allen will be the pitcher. Matt Easterday goes from third over to shortstop. Trent Alexander is in the game to play third base. He has taken Joseph Poole's spot, the number 8 spot on the order. Poole is out, and Lance Cawthon, who was pitching, moves over to first base. Cawthon going a little over 2 innings. He's given up just the 1 run so far, but 2 men on base, his responsibility. He gave up 5 hits, all of them singles, walked 2 and struck out 3. But Lancey looked a little ineffective at times, and here in the third with the first 3 men on, Coach Brassfield cannot take a chance against a strong Brookwood team.
That's right. When you get to region games, if you know a pitcher don't have it early, then you can't take chances leaving him in there long. So he brings in Luke, who looks like he's throwing the ball real good this season. Throwing the ball pretty fast up there. I mean, that's just as fast as we face sometimes. So it looks like he's throwing good.
And Luke is 2-0 with 3 saves, so he has put the numbers on the scoreboard. And he's been the Rams' all-purpose man on the mound, too. He's closed out a couple of games, started a couple of games. Most of the time he's done quite well, as a matter of fact. His stretch and pitch, a curveball up high. Brad Teal was looking to bunt. It's 1-0, though, as he pulled it back. Teal walked his first time. Most of Luke Allen's earned runs that he has allowed came in 1 game against McIntosh. But outside of that, he has been quite effective. The 1-0 pitch, a little bit outside, 2-0. The deep pitching is going to be important for this Ram team, Lance, and I think that was one of your big keys last year at how the Rams got to the Final Four.
Oh, yeah. We had deep pitching all year long. I mean, actually, you might not believe it, but I wasn't a bad pitcher. But it was nice that I didn't even have to pitch last year. And, yeah, we had a deep staff, and that helped us get there. I mean, pitching, our pitching got a little tired by the semifinals, but I think this year's has a deeper staff, which should be. They should have no trouble going through the tournaments, you know.
2-1 on the way, a bunt, but right off home plate, it evens it up at 2-2, and it looks like Brookwood wasn't practicing their bunting when they had their break right before the season.
That's one thing I've improved on in college. They stress that for real. I mean, if you can't bunt, you can't play. So I've improved a lot. I don't think I ever had to bunt in a game in high school ever, and I haven't yet in a game, but everybody bunts, no matter if you're a third or fourth hitter. If there's first and second, close game, nobody out, you're bunting, you know. So
yeah, in high school, most of the time your 3 and 4 batters are counted on for a lot more of the offense. The 2-2 swung on and missed. There's a strikeout, and a key strikeout for Luke Allen, as now 1 down, and the double play can pull the Rams out of this inning. And the batter will be Corey Tarver. He struck out his first time with the bases loaded. That was back in the first against Lance Cawthon. So you feel this Rams staff of 95 might be deeper than the staff of 94?
I think it is. I mean, as far as I don't think there's one pitcher with dominating stuff like Judd had. I don't think that can really dominate a game. But as deep, I think deeper is better. You know, if they go deep, and every pitcher's good. I mean, not saying they're not good, but every pitcher's great. I've played with them all. You know, so I think they have a real good shot at going a long way this year.
Here's a swing at a 2-hopper to short. He goes to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. Safe at first on the fielder's choice is Tarver. Green moves over to third, and Zwern is retired 6-4. Now 2 down and runners at the corners, and Mark Bell will be the last hope for the Broncos in this inning if they hope to add to the 1-0 lead.
All right, like Newton Ram teams of the past, if they get this out right here, they'll come in and score 2 or 3 runs next inning.
The Rams seem so famous for that.
Little motivation, you know, getting out of situations like that. We always get motivated. And sometimes they've come out here first 2 innings looking kind of flat, but sometimes it takes things like that to get motivated in a game, which it shouldn't, but it does.
That's what happened against Fayette County. First pitch, called strike. It looked as if Bell was trying to bunt the ball up the third baseline. He either missed it or just pulled it back. Either way, it's a strike, 0-1. You mentioned pitching, and you didn't get a chance to pitch at all last year, which I don't know if that disappointed you too much. You had plenty of experience in '93 in your junior year. The stretch, the 0-1 pitch, a called strike, it's 0-2. I kind of remember a game against Berkmar, and in which you had mentioned to me that you kind of didn't want to take the mound again.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think pitching wasn't fun for me when I had to do it and when it was a pressure, involved. Like, say if I was to go out there pitching now, I wouldn't care. I'd probably throw a little better.
I'm pointing out actually a bad game. You had some terrific games pitching in high school.
Maybe.
There's a swing and a line drive down the third baseline foul just a moment ago from Mark Bell. It's 0-2. Corey Tarver is at first, Nick Green at third. Allen to the stretch position as he checks the runners. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Luke Allen bails the Rams out of that jam. And Brookwood picks up a run on 2 hits. They leave a couple of men on base. Lance, thanks for being here with us. Good luck at Tech, and I'm sure we'll hear from you again before it's over.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back. Newton Ram Baseball, the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning after this on WGFS AM 1430.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing, termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
Hey, Carl, the greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwise. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
A quick moving affair from Riverside Park. Lance Coughlin swings to the first pitch and grounds it towards short. The throw to first in the dirt, but a good dig by Brookwood's first baseman, Andrew Bice. And Coughlin is retired 6-3 for the first out of inning number 3. And May Alford, I apologize to you, but Coughlin was batting for you in the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. Here is Trent Alexander. He is going to be batting for Toretta Johnson, who lives in Covington, Georgia. Alexander came in the top half of this inning, filling in for Joseph Poole. There's a pitch outside, 1-0. Lots of changes that the Rams made when they brought in the new pitcher, Luke Allen. So, Toretta Johnson, you have a chance to win some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. The pitch, a called strike, 1-1.
And it is up to 40 right now. This game is 40 since the last game no one hit one, and it was at 30. So if someone hits one this inning, they will win 40 hot wings.
Wind and the pitch. A little bit outside, ball 2. How you enter the Wing Ding inning is just like this. You put your name, address, and phone number on an index card, postcard, something along that line, and you can somehow get it to us. If you can do that, get it to WGFS, and you will be in the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. The 2-1, low and outside, ball 3. You can either drop it by the studios. We are on Hendrick Street, 1151 Hendrick Street. You can send it to P.O. Box 869, Covington, Georgia, 30210 also. And the 3-1 is high, ball 4. So Alexander reaches base. Toretta Johnson not a winner in the Wing Ding inning, but the Rams do have a base runner for Matt Easterday. And Easterday in the Wing Ding inning will hit for Thomas Brown of Covington, Georgia. So Thomas, you have a chance for some hot wings. If the wind was blowing out more toward right, I think I would give you a little better chance. Easterday, a right field hitter, and hits so much toward right, or has in the first part of the year, that the wind blowing out helps him as much as it helps a left-handed batter.
I don't think we'll see the Rams run quite as much after that strong throw by the catcher, Brad Teal, and particularly down a run now.
Throw to first. Alexander diving back in safely. We will also accept faxes in the wing-ding inning. Our fax number 784-9892.
Bronco outfield pulled way around as if Matt Easterday were a pull hitter. If he can get one into that corner down the right field line, he could run forever and probably go ahead and bring Trent Alexander all the way home.
Next pitch to Easterday, up high and outside. So Easterday can look for something to drive here, and you're right, they've given him a lot in right center and quite a bit down the right field line. Pitch is inside and a called strike on the inside corner. First strike to Easterday. He was pulling away from that pitch.
Looked a little bit inside from here, and some of the Ram fans not real happy with the call, but he raised the right hand, so that's what counts. 1-1 the count.
Stanley Allen is down the line at first, giving instructions to his runner. There's a swing and a line drive down toward the right field line, but foul. It's out of play. 2 strikes now on Easterday. 1-2 the count. Easterday started this game at third base, but has moved over to short, and Thomas Brown is the man in the spotlight right now as Easterday is batting for Mr. Brown in the Hard Luck Cafe wing-ding inning with a chance to pick up 40 hot wings. Stretched by Wilson in his pitch. Easterday swings and misses. It was a curveball that stayed outside. So 2 down in the inning, and here's Ryan Allen. And Dana Hawkins is the contestant that Ryan Allen will hit for. Allen a single his first time.
And the lights have been turned on here now as it is overcast and starting to get dark. We need to light the Rams' bats up a little bit here. Not exactly tearing the cover off the ball yet.
Stretch and the pitch to Allen. Delayed steal of second base. Here's the throw down there, and he is out. The throw toward second base, the shortstop, Nick Green, had to come across and catch it. On the first base side of the bag, Alexander was sliding outside the tag, and Nick Green had to come across with a sweep tag well away from the second base bag. The call draws a little bit of heat from the Newton Rams side, but another caught stealing ends this inning. No runs, no hits, no one left on base. We have played a full 3 innings. No winners in the Hard Luck Cafe wing-ding inning on frigid Wednesday night when the Rams play the Shiloh Generals. We'll be at 50 hot wings, and we'll be back. Newton Ram Baseball, WGFS, AM 1430.
Hey, Carl, the greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwise. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of the wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114, 482-1114.
And welcome back to Riverside Park. Newton Ram Baseball moving right along. We're already to the top of the 4th inning here with the play-by-play. The voice of the Rams, Kevin Holden.
Bill Dolan, we thank you very much. This game is less than an hour old, and as you mentioned, we're almost halfway home. Brookwood in the 4th, Andrew Bice, Marcus Wiggins, and Ashley Sweat. The 8, 9, and 1 spots in the Bronco batting order. Wind and the pitch well outside and high with a fastball from Luke Allen. A ball, no strikes to Andrew Bice, who skied one to shortstop, where Luke Allen, who's now pitching, made the play his first time up. There's a swing and a high pop fly towards center field. Maybe trouble. Moving over, and the center fielder, Sam Allen, cannot make the play. It bounces once and off the wall, stopping at second base as Bice. Well-hit ball toward the gap, but it looked like both the left fielder, Doss, and the center fielder, Sam Allen, had kind of a slow jump on the ball.
And then they had a little trouble picking it up out between them. Fortunately, the runner, not a real speed demon, wasn't able to go to third. I thought for a minute he was going to make the turn and go, but the Rams finally got the ball back in. That ball was tagged towards dead straightaway left center field, and it would have been a tough catch for either of them to make. And, of course, right now you've got 2 people that haven't played a whole lot in left and center.
Marcus Wiggins, the hitter. The infield in at the corners, despite the fact there's just a runner at second base. First pitch, a strike. Wiggins tried to bunt that ball and missed it. It's 0-1. And the Brookwood Broncos have shown an ineptitude so far as the bunting game is concerned. They've tried several times to move runners over and have not been successful.
They've swung and missed at several and fouled some back actually over the screen. Not a real good bunting team so far.
Here's a swing and a pop fly down the left field line. Foul. It bounces out of play, or just inside the fence actually, very close to being out of play, about 6 inches away. Allen ahead of the hitter here, 0-2.
And Luke, of course, is really going to have to bear down with a runner in scoring position. He kind of served up a room service fastball to the hitter, Andrew Bice, who just drilled it into the gap. But he pitched out of a jam last inning. He can pitch out of this one with just some good timely pitching.
0-2 on the way. Swung on and popped up into shallow right. Richie Cleary is under it, and he's going to make the play. The runner fakes the tag, and the throw in, a strong one, keeps Bice at second base. It was a shallow pop fly, and I think Bice, if he had attempted to go to third, it would have been an ill-fated attempt.
And Richie, besides making the good catch, made the perfect throw because Matt Easterday, the shortstop, was able to cut it off. That's something they worked on hard in practice last week. That was a perfect throw because had they needed to let it go through, it would have been about a one-hop down to Trent Alexander, and he would have been dead meat at third. Good play by Richie Cleary all the way around.
Here's Ashley Sweat. He is 0-2. First pitch to him, swung on and bounced down the third base line, and Easterday lets it roll. That's Alexander, lets it roll foul, 0-1. Easterday is now at short, and Trent Alexander at second base, or third base, as the Rams make their defensive changes.
And kind of a dangerous play there once Trent came in. Once the ball was foul, he really needed to jump on that and keep it foul because that could have hit something and deflected back into fair territory, and that would have put runners at the corner. So the Rams get a break there as the ball stayed foul.
Stretch by Allen, his 0-1 pitch, missing low, ball one. Bice doubled to lead off the inning. Marcus Wiggins popped out to Richie Cleary for the first out here in the top half of the fourth. Brookwood on top, 1-0. The pitch swung on and popped up into shallow center field. A long run for Sam Allen. He's going to make the catch. Running in and toward right center field. And staying at second base as Bice is another shallow pop fly, and Sam Allen has his first put out as a center fielder.
And he got a pretty good jump on that ball. That's that really tough one to judge. Kind of not a real high ball, more of a line drive right at him. But he got a good jump on it, made it in good shape running in, and then kept running in with it instead of just trying to uncork the throw and keeping the runner at second base. Good play by Sam also.
Here's Jason Harris. He's 1-2. Swings at the first one, grounds it hard towards short. Easterday has it, and the throw to first in time. Rams make it out of the inning after giving up the leadoff double. The Rams have been in and out of rough situations throughout the evening. No runs, one hit, a man left on base. Brookwood leads this game 1-0 as we played 3.5 from Riverside Park. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
Today, more than ever, personal safety is a real concern. And with a cellular phone from East Metro Communications, help is just a phone call away. East Metro Communications is Covington's full-service cellular store. An authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, East Metro Communications has a complete selection of car phones, transportable phones, and handheld phones. East Metro Communications stocks quality cellular phones from Oki, NEC, AudioVox, Motorola, and Fujitsu. Go by East Metro Communications at 7115 Highway 278 and let their staff show you just how affordable cellular can be. That's East Metro Communications, 7115 Highway 278, or call them at 786-6796. Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular. That's East Metro Communications, 786-6796, Highway 278 in Covington.
Batter of the bottom half of inning number 4, Ryan Allen takes a called strike. It's 0-1. It'll be Ryan Allen, Brian Moon, and Luke Allen trying to tie this game up as the Rams trail by a run. 0-1, swung on and popped foul behind the screen. It's 0-2. Kevin Holden, Bill Dolan bring you Newton Ram baseball right here on WGFS AM 1430. Not to jinx us, but 8-0 as a broadcast team so far in 1995. The Rams only lost a game, which unfortunately we could not bring to you. The 0-2 pitch, high, 1-2.
And Ryan Allen, with the only Ram hit so far, had the single to lead off the bottom of the first, but was forced. by Luke Allen on a ground ball from the second baseman to the shortstop.
Pitch to Allen inside. To Ryan Allen, that is. 1-2. That pitch nearly hit Ryan Allen as he was bailing out of the batter's box. That one drew a couple of oohs and ahs from the crowd. Correction, the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch lined over the third baseman's head and down the left field line. Ryan Allen will be around first base. He'll head towards second. Left fielder for Brookwood has a little trouble with it, and now the throw-in gets away, but Allen will stay put. Ryan Allen leads it off with a double, and that's exactly what the Rams needed to get the bats going and hopefully dent the scoreboard.
Ryan Allen with a good job of hitting there. Got back into the count 2-2. Got that pitch outside corner of the plate about waist high and just drilled it over the third baseman's head into the left field corner. Had visions of thinking going to third when the ball was mishandled, but with nobody out, wisely held up. You don't want to make that first out at third base.
Do not make the first out or last out of an inning at third base, because a single can score him from second or from third, and that's what Brian Moon will be looking for here. Moon is also an excellent bunter. He may try to lay down a surprise bunt. He flied out to left field his first time here. Swings at the first offering, but it's by the catcher, and Allen will go over to third base. So an interesting play as Moon swings and misses at a pitch which was far enough out of the strike zone for the runner to advance a base.
That was about a 57-foot breaking ball there that landed way out in front. I don't know what Brian was doing. That kind of down-in pitch that he has trouble with at times, but it looks just as good as a bunt with the runner down at third base and still nobody out. So if Brian can just drive the ball out of the infield, we're back in the game tied up.
Wilson's changeup is slow enough that the Ram batters are way out in front on it. Wilson still pitching from the stretch. His pitch is low and inside to Moon. It's 1-1. Runner at third, no one out for the Rams, 1 base away from tying this one up. The sub-region opener of 1995. And I don't want to say I told you so, but the Rams and everybody else at 8 Quad A South play some exciting sub-region games. Stretch and the pitch inside. It's 2-1. And after Moon will be Luke Allen and Richie Cleary. And if Keith Wilson is smart, he won't be walking Moon because Luke Allen came into this game with a .423 batting average.
And Brookwood has that big lefty up throwing in their bullpen again, Kevin.
The lefty has been warming up off and on throughout the game. There's a swing and a ground ball back past the mound. It's off the shortstop's glove. A run will score. Moon safe at first base. Believe it'll be a base hit. The pitcher, Keith Wilson, did not really have a chance at that ball. He did deflect it, but did not have a chance to make the play. And by the time Nick Green came up with it, I believe Moon would have been safe at first base. So a single from Moon scores Allen and ties this thing up at 1 apiece. Fielder's choice is how he reached base his first time. Throw to first, Brian Moon is back in. This is not Newton Rams soccer. This is Newton Ram baseball, but the way the last 2 years have gone in the sub-region, you would think it was soccer. There have been a tremendous number of 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 games. Very, very low scoring. Great pitching from both sides in a lot of games. There's a pitch out. Nothing was happening, though. A ball, no strikes.
That tells you, I guess, the word has gotten around on Brian Moon, a catcher, and the opposing team pitching out on him. We'll have to talk to Brian about that. They're really afraid of his awesome speed and his ability to steal bases.
Moon in the scorebook has 4 stolen bases. Actually, counting a couple that he had against Troop, he's got 6 in 7 attempts. There's a pitch low and outside. Of course, Brian Moon didn't just suddenly locate all of this speed. He only had, I believe, 1 stolen base all of last year, but thanks to some smarter base running and some delayed steals on catchers, has a real high number in the stolen base column of the scorebook. Throw to first. Moon is back in. Probably not used to all this attention over at first base.
He enjoys it, though. He loves thinking about stealing those bases, and he has done a great job on that delayed steal.
Luke Allen swings and misses. High, hard fastball. That one right in on the inside corner, 2-1. And, of course, by concentrating on Moon at first base, Keith Wilson's attention, at least a little bit of it, taken away from the hitter, Luke Allen.
And the lefty in the Bronco bullpen appears to have quit throwing, so he's ready if needed.
There's a swing at a high pop fly. Foul territory, left field side. It'll fall out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Luke Allen. Allen, one of 2 Rams who were caught stealing. Luke was caught in the first. Trent Alexander caught stealing in the third. On a weird play, as the throw from Teal was well to the first base side, Nick Green from shortstop ran across to the first base side of second base, took the throw, and appeared to tag Alexander, at least in the opinion of the second base umpire. The 2-2 pitch. Allen swings and misses. First out of the inning, he was fishing after a pitch outside the strike zone.
And Luke had a chance to help himself there, but really, as you said, went fishing on a pitch way outside the strike zone. And Luke's been a little more disciplined than that this year. You hate to see him start chasing pitches outside the strike zone.
Richie Cleary will be the hitter. He struck out his first time. Wilson will check Moon at first base, come to the belt and deliver, and Cleary will swing and miss. It is 0-1. And, of course, an off-speed pitch.
If the Rams have any tendency to want to steal, right now with Richie batting would be a good time to steal because he is going to see that off-speed stuff, which, of course, takes a lot longer to get to the catcher. So you may see a delay here if Brian thinks he can get a good bounce on a real slow pitch.
Speaking of bounces, Keith Wilson just bounced to throw to first base, and Brian Moon was about a half step off the first base bag. That could have been disastrous if you're Brookwood. Brad Teal, behind the plate, flashes the sign. Wilson acknowledges he is in the stretch position. He brings it home. A little bit low, another off speed, 1-1.
Richie with a good eye there. Actually, he was trying to swing at it. He really needs to show that patience on that off-speed stuff. He's so strong that if he waits on it, he can still drive the ball straight away or towards the opposite field, but he loves to turn on that ball and drive it.
Stretch runners going with the pitch. Swung on and bounced right where the second baseman was hitting a perfectly executed hit and run, and Moon trots into third base standing up. Richie Cleary has gotten a reputation for being a big power hitter who strikes out a lot. Guess what? Did something that Jeff Blauser would have been proud of. Hit one right to where the second baseman, Marcus Wiggins, was originally standing. He was coming over to cover second as Moon was going on the play, and Cleary poked one right through that hole on the right side.
Great call by Coach Brassfield on that. A lot of times when you've got somebody struggling, particularly with slow off-speed stuff, and you want them to go the other way, call the hit and run. It forces him to try to hit the vacated hole. Richie hit it to perfection. Nobody there. Actually, it was almost too good. It almost hit Brian Moon as it went by. Brian had heads up and didn't get hit. He's standing at third, first and third, only one down.
And Sam Allen, the hitter, a ground ball to the third baseman. His last time, he hit a chop that went about a mile high. Time is called. Sam Allen will step out. Riverside Park full of dignitaries this evening, watching the Rams sub-region opener. We are tied at 1 apiece, and the Rams have a chance to put some extra runs on the board and do some extra damage here in the fourth. Sam Allen takes one on the inside corner for strike one. 3 hits from the Rams in the inning, 4 in the game. Brookwood has their 1 run on 6 hits. Rams have also walked a couple of batters, but they've had some good clutch pitching. They've gotten out of some jams. Runners take their leads, and the 0-1, a fastball outside. Teal makes a good stop, keeping the runners where they are, 1-1.
I don't think you're going to see the Rams do much running right here, particularly with Richie at first and Sam up at the plate. I think you'd like to see him be able to drive the ball into the outfield and keep this inning going.
There's a swing and a hard ground ball past the drawn-in third baseman. That's a base hit into left field. Moon will score. The Rams have the lead. Sam Allen, a clutch base hit. Imagine that from Sam Allen, putting the Rams ahead 2-1 on one hop right past the third baseman this time. Last time he bounced one real high, and the third baseman actually ran back and made the play, and time is called. Brookwood's coach is going to go out and talk with Wilson. And, of course, the catcher, Brad Teal, on the left side of the infield around the pitcher's mound as well.
And Sam Allen with a big smile on his face down there at first base. You love to see that. He's down talking to Coach Stanley Allen. Stanley with a big smile, too. Good piece of clutch hitting by Sam. That one got through. The other one, a little bit of a bad break that didn't. But you always love seeing Sam, who is such a fire guy. When he gets on fire, he can really help carry this team. And that could be a big hit for him because it helps to put him into the lead.
Both Cleary and Sam Allen have helped a little bit to raise their confidence here as they put the Rams ahead, both of them. And if they both had their confidence, look out 8 Quad A South pitching. Chris Middlebrooks, the batter, the Ram DH, bounced out 3-1 in the scorebook back in the second. Stretch first pitch to Middlebrooks in the dirt, and once again Teal makes a nice stop, a 1-0.
The second baseman is doing the bird dogging down there. Marcus Wiggins trying to get in behind Richie Cleary. And Chris Middlebrooks does like to go the other way with it. So if he can get a pitch outside to hit and drive it into right field, that should be enough to bring Richie around with another run.
Wilson paying close attention to those runners. Another one in the dirt. Teal keeps this one in front. 2 balls, no strikes. The teal backstop for the Brookwood Broncos has kept just about everything from going back to the screen.
He has shown some real good tools as a catcher besides stopping. It has a shotgun for an arm as he's rifled a couple of the Rams out.
Rams 0 for 2 in stolen base attempts this game. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Ranging, cannot make the play. It bounces away from Green. All hands will be safe. It'll be a base hit for Middlebrooks. Green was inching in towards second base and had a long way to run to make that play.
He had to go all the way into the hole to come up with it. Even if he comes up cleanly, I think he was trying to think in terms of going to third, but he never would have gotten Ritchie down there. And Sam had a good break off the bag. They wouldn't have got him, and I don't think they would have got Middlebrooks down there.
There's a pinch runner. Robbie Sanfilippo is in for Middlebrooks at first base. So Cleary is at third, Sam Allen at second, Robbie Sanfilippo at first. Sanfilippo has been used for defensive purposes and pinch running purposes almost exclusively this year. He does have one at bat, and he has scored a run.
And here's a big opportunity for Lance Cawthon. Lance has had some good timely hitting this year, driving the ball and hitting it in situations where the Rams really needed to get the ball out of the infield. This is one of those. They need to avoid the strikeout, the pop-up, or the double play.
Lance Cawthon, a good contact hitter up there with the bases loaded, one down. Cawthon has struck out only twice this year. He takes a strike on the outside corner. A .222 hitter coming in, 2 hits, 9 at bats. No homers for Cawthon, but 3 RBIs to his credit. He's had a good couple of clutch base hits, one of them in the Mount Zion game, helping to put the Rams on top big very early in that game. Keith Wilson from the stretch delivers, and there's a swing and a ground ball towards second. Wiggins will have to range across. His only play is to first, and Cleary will come across and extend the Ram lead to 3-1. So an RBI for Cawthon gets it done any way possible. He's retired, but the Rams pick up another run.
Well, he kept the ball in play and not popping it up and hit it to the right side of the infield and slowly enough where the run was able to score and there was no chance for the double play. The thing that could have really killed the Rams there was the pop-up to strike out of the double play. He avoided all those, got the run home, and the Rams with a big insurance run there.
And Trent Alexander has a chance to help out the Ram cause here as the wind and first pitch to him is past Teal and back to the screen. Here comes the runner headed for home. The throw in, not in time. Sam Allen in safely. Rams on top 4-1. Keith Wilson disgusted out there on the mound. I believe he thought he had Sam Allen at home plate.
Well, when you get about 11.5 feet on the skid meter there, it's kind of hard to get Sam. He came across, had the hands out right in front of him. The tag was back more on the elbow. Sam got the hand underneath. He's good and dirty. He drove in a run, scored a run with a head-first slide. Sam's probably happier than he's been all year right now.
And he made a put out in center field to boot, so Sam should be.
And he didn't boot it.
That's right. Sam should be a happy individual. My, oh my, are we punny this evening. Trent Alexander walked and was caught stealing his first time up last inning. He came in to play third base when the Rams made that pitching change, lifting Cawthon after just over 2 innings.
Probably not a bad move there by Coach Brassfield, sending Sam Allen there with 2 outs, due to the fact 2 outs and Trent Alexander up, who hasn't had that many at-bats this year, and you don't really know what you're going to get out of him. That ball really kicked away from the catcher, Brad Teal, and Sam was off with a full head of steam, and with that good head first slide of his, was able to score.
Wilson's 1-0 also gets away momentarily, but Teal makes the play. Stretch the 2-0 pitch, called strike inside corner. It's 2-1. And just about everything that Wilson has thrown has bounced about 2 feet in front of home plate this inning, and it's caused the Rams to be able to take advantage and put some runs across. They've scored 4 in the inning so far, a runner at third, but 2 down. The 2-1 pitch missing outside.
Some of the games we've had the umpires calling that outside pitch, and this particular umpire likes that inside pitch. That previous pitch to Trent looked like it was about 4 or 5 inches off the plate.
3-1 on the way. Low, ball 4. Several Rams have been bailing away from what have turned out to be called strikes. But in this case, Alexander has it all come out for the best as he receives the base on balls, and with runners at the corners, Matt Easterday will be up. He struck out his first time.
And one of the few times this year Matt did not look real good at an at-bat. He was fooled kind of bad and went fishing for one down and away from him. This would be a good spot for him to kind of get that back and rip one into the outfield and bring another run home, keep this inning going.
Stretch the first pitch to him. Called strike, 0-1, and off speed from Wilson, whose changeup is very, very, very slow. And it will take some adjustment on the part of the Rams to catch up with that pitch. throw to first base. Quick toss over there. Alexander is back in. He's at first. Robbie Sanfilippo, the runner, at third.
And the Rams, once again, trying to have one of those big innings that they're getting known for this year.
There's a swing and a line drive foul down the right side. Easterday in a hole here, 0-2. And after striking out the last time on a pitch away from the strike zone, he'll be looking for something in the strike zone, still trying to protect the plate with 2 strikes. But he'll be a little extra cautious this time around. And the 0-2 on the way. Swung on line into left field. It falls in for a base hit. Rams on top 5-1 as Sanfilippo comes across with the 5th run. It'll be a single for Matt Easterday. And the Rams now on top by 4. So here in the bottom half of the 4th they come across, and if I remember right, Lance Shannon said after the Brookwood Broncos scored their first run in the 3rd that the Rams would come back. They didn't do so in the 3rd inning, but they have here in the 4th.
Well, what he was talking about was when they were able to get out of it without any more runs coming home. So this year's Rams are just an inning behind, I guess. Good job of hitting by Matt Easterday there. Kind of a poor pitch by Keith Wilson coming in, putting one right in Matt's wheelhouse. One of the few times we've seen Matt Easterday pull a ball, and he turned on it and drove it into left field. Good job of hitting.
Rams have 6 hits in the inning. The 10th man to bat is Ryan Allen. Pitch to him. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Ryan got this whole thing started with that shot double down the left field line, and here he is again with a chance to drive in a run of his own.
That ball was hit so hard that it was literally a boost for the Rams, who at the time were trailing by a run. Immediately a couple of base hits behind him took care of that. There's a swing and a high pop fly foul down the left side. It's out of play, and Ryan Allen in a hole here, 0-2. Easterday was behind in the count, ended up drilling one to left field, scoring a run. Now Ryan Allen in the same spot.
And he's going to look for something that he can drive probably to the opposite field or up the middle, and that's when he is the most effective hitter.
Wilson from the stretch with runners at first and second delivers. It's outside for ball 1 with the changeup. The Rams, if they can win this game, would move to 10-1. The Rams, in the most recent state rankings, number 3 in the state of Georgia, right behind Evans and Wheeler. The 1-2. Inside it, this one nearly hit Ryan Allen, 2-2. That happened in his last at-bat earlier this inning, right before he ripped the double.
And Ryan, back even in the count, is going to be digging in, looking for something that he can really rip.
Deuces Wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the runner at second, as well as the runner at first, taking their leads. The pitch lined toward left center field. Wes Zwern is there, though. He'll make the play. That'll do it for the Rams here in the 4th, but they do a tremendous amount of damage in the 4th inning. They score 5 runs on 6 hits. They end up leaving 2 men on base after all was said and done. And a ton of wild pitches and passed balls kind of dotted that inning. After 4 innings of play, though, the Rams on top 5-1. And good news for Newton Ram fans on the Rams sub-region opener from Riverside Park at Newton High School. We'll be back. Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
I'm just starting out on my own. I know the importance of life insurance to protect obligations, like my new car loan. But is there an insurance program that I can fit into my budget?
No problem with Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance.
How will I know this is the right kind of life insurance for me?
Auto Owners 10-year level term provides low-cost level protection and can be converted to permanent insurance later.
Who can I talk to find out more about Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance?
Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213, your Auto Owners agent.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
And welcome back to Riverside Park. Quite a bit has changed since the last time we brought it back out to you. The Ram Bats woke up finally. They put some runs on the board. Now it's a matter of holding them. And who's better to hold them than the man that can hold them, Kevin Holden?
I will try to hold them, Bill. Thank you very much. For those of you who are Ram fans who escaped for a moment maybe to pick up a snack or something like that, the news is a lot better than when you left. It's 5-1, Newton on top. Nick Green leads it off for the Broncos here in the top half of the 5th. Luke Allen out there. His second full inning of work, his wind first pitch, is a little bit low. Green thought about going around on that pitch. They're going to check the first base umpire, and he said that Green did not go around. A ball, no strikes. Line by Luke Allen is 1-0 pitch. Line right back, and a one-hopper past the mound. Ryan Allen behind the second base bag makes the play, but will have no throw to first base as it is a base hit for Nick Green. Luke Allen kind of double clutched as the ball came right at the glove hand and wasn't able to make the play.
And once that ball got past Luke, there was no making the play. Ryan Allen did a great job getting over and cutting the ball off, but wisely stuck it in his pocket because about all he would have been able to do at that point in time was possibly throw it away. So good job keeping it in the infield, but a smart heads-up play by not throwing it.
Wes Zwern is the hitter. He's 2 for 2. He takes a strike near the outside corner, 0-1. Luke Allen, since coming in, has given up 2 hits but no runs. He hasn't walked a batter either. He has struck out 2. Stretch and the pitch. Missing a little bit outside. A ball and a strike. We are in the top half of the 5th from Riverside Park. This is the first Sub-Region 8 Quad A South game for both of these teams. Brookwood came in 7-3. The Newton Rams come in with a record of 9-1. The 1-1 pitch. Called strike. Outside corner. It's 1-2. Brian Moon will give the signal to his pitcher. Luke Allen checks the runner at first base. That's Nick Green. Brookwood so far in this game has 7 base hits, but only 1 run to show for it. Runner going. There's a swing and a miss. Throw down to second base, and they did not get in there. Very close play at second base, but Zwern is down on strikes for the first out.
I thought we had to strike him out, throw him out there. Good, strong throw by Brian Moon, got down there, and that's a couple real close plays down there where the Rams haven't gotten the call, but on the other side of the coin, they punched him out on kind of a phantom tag.
Here's Brad Teal, the Brookwood Bronco catcher. He's 0 for 1. He's also drawn a base on balls, takes the first pitch low, 1-0. The Rams' next game Wednesday as they take on the Shiloh Generals from Shiloh High School in Lithonia/Centerville/Stone Mountain, Georgia. Pitch in the dirt, a good stop from Moon, 2-0. Rams will also play the Salem Seminoles on Thursday from Salem High School. Friday, they'll play Winder Barrow right back here at Riverside Park. And then Saturday, Rams with a special treat as part of a quadruple header that's been played by different teams. The Rams will play Escambia, Florida here at Riverside Park. Pitch is high and outside, 3-0 to Brad Teal.
And also Wednesday night, about the time we finish up and have frozen, the college game should be getting underway here at Riverside Park.
There's a called strike. It's 3-1. And so the temperatures should be a bit warmer here for that college game involving Coach Brassfield's alma mater, Jacksonville State. You might want to come out and watch that if you can't go up to Shiloh and watch the Rams. There's a swing and a line drive into center field. That's in for a base hit. Sam Allen nearly overran that ball. Runner will have to stop at third base. In fact, he almost didn't make it there as the throw in from Sam Allen right on the money. Green was in standing up because Easterday cut the throw off, but he was looking even to throw to third base.
Well, what happened on that play, Green, when the ball was hit, went back towards second to try and tag. Didn't really keep a good eye on the ball. He should have probably gone halfway because that ball was obviously going to get down in front of Sam out there. But a good throw might have gotten him at third.
First and third, 1 down for Corey Tarver. He is 0 for 2, and he takes one for a strike off the right arm of Luke Allen, that live right arm. 0-1. Carver struck out in the first inning, reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Brookwood put their 1 run across in that inning. Throw to first base. Brad Teal is back in. Moon gives the signal. Allen will check the runners yet again, and he will come home. And it misses outside, 1-1. Last thing that Luke Allen wants to do is not have the ball around the plate. Now he's up by 4. Brookwood with a pretty potent offense, but the Rams have been pretty lucky so far staying out of jams. It's 1-2 as Tarver swings and fouls one down the first base side. And the Rams, key right here, continuing to throw strikes if you're Luke Allen and making the plays if you're the Ram defense.
Good place here for the double play. The Ram infield looking for it around second and the corners.
1-2, swung on ground, a double play ball maybe. Easterday flips to Allen for 1, on to first. Double play, 6-4-3 in your scorebook. And that'll do it for the Brookwood Broncos here in the 5th inning as the 6-4-3, the old wholesaler as they say it because it's 2 for the price of 1. No runs, 2 hits, a man left at third base. And we'll be back. 4.5 innings have expired here at Riverside Park, but the Rams have not. They are up 5-1. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
Are you age 55 or older? We've reduced the cost of auto owners' homeowners insurance 20% in Georgia. Here's why. Our statistics show mature homeowners have fewer and less costly losses. So if you're 55 or older, it's only fair to charge you less for your homeowner's insurance. For mature homeowner savings, see your no-problem auto owner's insurance agent.
Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street, Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213.
Auto owners, the no-problem people.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
Back to Riverside Park at Newton High School. It's all good news so far. If you are a Newton Ram fan, the Rams on top 5-1. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Next 3 men due up, Brian Moon, Luke Allen, and Richie Cleary, as the Rams look to extend the lead. Keith Wilson still out there for the Brookwood Broncos. And talk about dignitaries, we've got another one here in the house, and will be about to talk with us here in just a moment. Tim Hires of the San Diego Padres. We'll be speaking with him momentarily. Moon is 1 for 2, a single, and a run scored. First pitch to him, missing the outside corner for ball 1. Tim, first of all, the big question, how is your shoulder? How's the rehab coming?
Yeah, it's doing fine. It took a couple months, just weightlifting and strength training, and right now it feels pretty good.
The 1-0 also misses. 2 balls, no strikes to Moon. So you're ready to go any day. Hopefully we can start this Major League season for you. And
yeah, whenever they say the get-go, I'm ready to go.
2-0 on the way. It's a called strike on the inside corner, 2-1. So what's it like watching your alma mater in action and winning here for what might be the 10th time this year?
It looks good. They got a 5-1 lead, and
2-1 a called strike.
It looks good. They ranked 3rd in the state right now, I think, which is one of the highest that's been around we've had in a long time, and this program's really jumping.
Moon, the switch hitter, bats from the left-hand side. The 2-2 on the way, missing high, 3-2. The Rams of, I think, 1989 made the state's Final Four, isn't that right? And also the 94 team. And this 95 team has the potential, if the pitching can stay deep and stay good, they have the potential to make the state's Final Four as well. The payoff pitch lined and driven deep toward right field. Sweat goes back, still going back on this one. This one is out of here. Home run, Brian Moon. For Moon, it is his first home run of 1995. And another big confidence boost here for the Rams, who now lead at 6-1. Tim, you wore out that area toward right center field, right off the 1979 state champion sign, I think.
That's right. Brian got him a high fastball and took it deep. He's a good player, and just backing on that same team. This team right here is quality players up and down the lineup, and that's the reason they've had a successful start. And I think they'll go a long ways this year, is because up and down the lineup and the pitching staff is well-rounded. You don't have that many superstars. You got a team with a lot of quality players.
Here's Luke Allen. He is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. The strikeout came last inning. The winded first pitch to him is lined towards center field, but got under it just a little too much as Jason Harris drifts back and makes the catch, and that is the first out. Have you been in touch at all, Tim, with any of your teammates in San Diego to see what they've been doing in terms of staying in shape this offseason?
Yeah, we've had a few conference calls. We've had meetings, and I've kept in touch with a few of the players. Everybody's in shape, ready to go. Whenever they give us a word, we're ready to go, but it's just a process of waiting right now.
Richie Cleary now the hitter. He's 1 for 2, a single and a run scored as well. And he swings at the first one, which was a fastball, believe it or not. swings and foul tips it, and he almost came out of his own skin trying to hit that ball. It's 0-1. Cleary, a big-time pull hitter, loves to see that fastball, and I have a feeling that after the next couple of games, he may never see another fastball the way he's hit a few of them. Teal gives the sign. Here's the wind from Wilson. His 0-1 pitch popped up first base side. This one may fall out of play, and it hits the top of the Brookwood dugout and does exactly that. So Cleary in a hole here, 0-2. So how much have you had a chance to see of Ram baseball this year?
I've watched a few games. I went up to Henry County and watched 2 in the preseason tournament. They look good. Whenever their bats have been going good, they had a little struggle right at the first couple of games of the season, but now they gained some confidence, and the pitching just gave them a good outing when they needed it. And I'm glad to see them win the tournament again this year.
4th time in a row that they've done that. Cleary awaits the 0-2 offering from Wilson. Swings and bounces this one over toward third. Mark Bell makes the play, but then it pops out of his mitt after about 5 steps running toward first base. It'll be an error on the third baseman, and Cleary will reach first base. So this 8 Quad A South isn't much different from when you were here back in 89 and 90. And I think some of the same teams that were your nemesis back then are the same now, like this Brookwood Bronco team.
Yeah, they're always tough. They have quality coaching, and all Gwinnett County, that area, real well coached, and they're going to have good teams year in and year out, just like Newton should have.
Sam Allen will be the hitter, and guess what? He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Parity up and down the Newton Ram order as they put 5 across last inning. They've put 1 across here on the shot from Brian Moon, making the score 6-1. Allen awaits the first offering, swings and misses. He took a mighty cut at that one. It's 0-1. Allen, I think, was looking for the WGFS sign down in left field, or perhaps the sign commemorating Tim Hires. And they have you listed with the Blue Jays there, the team that drafted you, so you might have to ask them to make a change. Of course, I guess that they're going it by who drafted you, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Allen takes a pitch here high, 1-1. But being in San Diego and watching what's been going on with the Padre organization, you have to feel real good about the changes that have been made over the last few months.
Yes, the trade has really helped us out.
Pitch is a called strike. Runner heads for second base. Throw down is past the shortstop and in towards center field. Cleary will be in safely. It's a stolen base, the delayed steal, something that Joe Brassfield has used quite a bit. Anyway, back to the San Diego Padres.
The trade has really helped us out. It's going to make our order real productive up and down the lineup, and our pitching staff's going to be one of the best in baseball, and we should be very competitive this year. We shouldn't go into games trying not to lose a game. We should go into a game this year knowing that we can win every game that we step on the playing field.
I think one of the things that will help you the most is the defense with Caminiti, Finley, and even Cedeno.
Yeah, they helped our left side of the infield tremendous.
Sam Allen with a count of 1-2. Cleary down at second base. Wilson checks him there. Looks intently at him, then delivers, and Allen just gets a piece of it. And Q sticks one toward the Brookwood dugout. Stays alive, 1-2. But also the new management in San Diego appears to be committed to winning, and they showed it with the trade. And I think once everything breaks as far as all of the deadlock in Major League Baseball, you may see them go out and sign a free agent or two.
Yeah, I think so. They want to win. The ownership's got money, and they're willing to put in an organization. And you put a winner in San Diego, you're going to have really good fans and a really good organization.
2-2 on the way. There's a swing and a miss by Allen. It was an off-speed pitch, a strikeout.
We want to get off to a good start and put some pressure on some people and tell them that we're for real and that we're there to stand.
And Robbie Sanfilippo, who came into the game as a pinch runner last inning, will stay in here and hit with a runner at second and 2 down. Sanfilippo came in last inning at first base, came around to score on the single by Matt Easterday. Richie Cleary, the runner at second base. Wilson once again looks at him closely and then fires home where Sanfilippo takes a pitch right down the pipe for strike one. Joe Brassfield gives the signs from down the third baseline. Second baseman Wiggins cheating over towards second base. Runners going. There's a swing and a miss. Double clutch on the throw to third. Cleary is in safely. And Richie Cleary with another stolen base. And according to our records, for Richie Cleary, that is stolen base number 5 on the 95 season. He's kind of a big guy, Tim. It doesn't look like somebody who'd have 5 stolen bases.
He looks pretty smart, though. He got down the line pretty quick.
So now Cleary at third Coach Brassfield being aggressive, up by 5 and stealing third here with 2 out in the inning. Of course, Sanfilippo will have to do something here. He's in the hole 0-2, and the 0-2 pitch is high with the curveball 1-2. What other teams were the Rams' big rivals when you were here at Newton High School?
South Gwinnett and Shiloh have to be ranked up there at the top 2 because of when I was in high school.
There's a swing and a one-hopper right off the end of the bat toward Marcus Wiggins at second base. He'll throw to first, and that is out number 3. You were talking about South Gwinnett and Shiloh.
Yeah, South Gwinnett and Shiloh are really tough. They, because one of our high school baseball coaches went over there, so it was real competitive. He always wanted to beat us, and we wanted to get back at him, so it was really a struggle from start to beginning with those guys.
Well, Tim, good luck, and hopefully it won't be long before they have you back on the playing field, and we want to see you make a name for yourself in San Diego here at 95.
Thanks a lot.
We'll be back. Newton Ram Baseball, WGFS, AM 1430.
If you bury your nose in a cloud of sawdust and breathe deep, you're going to get choked up. Unless you're the new Husqvarna 36 chainsaw with air injection filtering, now available at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Husqvarna's exclusive air injection saws run up to 20 times cleaner than any other saw on the market. With the Husky 36, you can work harder and longer without stopping for a filter change. What's more, an ergonomic design means that you can last nearly as long as your Husky. An angled front grip puts you in a comfortable working position that's less prone to fatigue, and vibration is kept to a minimum by separating the handles and engine unit. At only $199.95, you can't buy a better saw for home or farm than the Husqvarna 36 with air injection. So to keep your nose clean, stop by Coast to Coast Home and Auto on the Square in Covington to see the 36 and our entire line of quality Husqvarna products.
Welcome back to Riverside Park, Newton Ram Baseball. We've moved right along into the top of the 6th inning here with the play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Bill Dolan, thank you. Mark Bell takes the first pitch for strike 1. Luke Allen winds, and he delivers. Strike 2 outside corner. Bell will be followed by Andrew Bice and Marcus Wiggins, the bottom 3 spots in the Brookwood order. Brookwood put a little scare in the Rams' hearts for a few innings, but the Ram offense has battled back, swinging a hard ground ball towards short. Easterday was ranging toward the hole. It bounces off his glove. A base hit, though, for Bell. Even if Easterday had been able to make the play, don't think he would have had Bell at first base, a left-handed batter.
And once again, Luke in a little bit of trouble. Another base runner on. He's kind of walked on the edge, but managed to get around it each and every time. Hopefully he can bear down here and go ahead and get out of this inning. We don't need to make it interesting.
Andrew Bice now the hitter. 1 for 2, a double and a fly out toward the shortstop, and 2 trips up there. He takes one, a little bit outside, ball 1.
And the individual you just interviewed last inning, a name well known to Newton County baseball, Tim Hires, has some interesting news that he plans on starting next fall.
The 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0. We were talking about it in between innings. Has to do with some camps that he's going to organize here to help out Newton Ram baseball. Stretch from Luke Allen. He checks the runner. His 2-0 is low. 3 balls, no strikes.
And hopefully right after the season ends, if they ever get started, he'll be here in town and working with Coach Brassfield and starting some baseball camps. So keep your eyes and ears open, and we'll fill you in when they're going to start right here on WGFS, and you can get some of that great inspiration and coaching and anything you can get from Tim Hires.
3-0 is high and outside. Ball 4. Luke Allen walks Andrew Bice. That is the first walk from Luke Allen since coming into this game back in the 3rd inning. That's been one of his strong points since coming in, but he's walked a man here. Now 1st and 2nd, no one out. And an important man to retire, Marcus Wiggins. He's the number 9 man, and he's 0 for 2. And the first pitch to him, called strike, inside corner. Allen coming back in with the hard fastball, 0-1.
Corner's playing in real tight. Lance Cawthon all the way in on the grass, and Trent Alexander into the cutout. May be like they're expecting a bunt.
This one a called strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Wiggins visibly upset with the call. He was bailing away from the pitch, but he is in a hole here, 0-2.
Coach Brassfield waved Richie Cleary in a little bit, thinking that this hitter would not drive it too deep to right field.
0-2 on the way. Missing outside, 1-2. But Tim Hires will start those camps up this winter, and he is hoping to help out Newton Ram baseball, providing instruction, and plus, from the proceeds, he's hoping to help out the program as well, help them build some facilities. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Wiggins shortened up and took sort of a half swing at that one. A very quick, compact swing, but came up short.
And once again, Luke Allen, at the critical time, comes up with the big strikeout. With nobody out and runners on first and second, now he sets up the double play again, or a fly ball that doesn't do any harm, and he can get out of this inning without any runs being scored.
Ashley Sweat, the leadoff man, is 0 for 3, part of Brookwood's trouble today. Pitch to him, a called strike, 0-1. His buddies behind him in the order have hit the ball pretty well, as a matter of fact. Sweat, Corey Tarver, and Marcus Wiggins are the only 3 Broncos without a base hit. However, only 1 run on the scoreboard for the Brookwood team. A 1 pitch low and outside.
Good stop by Brian Moon as he went down to his knees on the ball, bouncing in the dirt towards the outside part of the plate, keeping the runners at bay.
Runners lead away from first and second, stretch and pitch. Grounded back towards short, could be a double play ball. Easterday will flip to Allen. The flip gets away from Allen, and all hands will be safe. Easterday was only a couple of feet away from Ryan Allen and fed him kind of high around the chin area. Allen did not expect it, and the ball bounced away.
And normally on that play, you like to see the shortstop, when he's that close, just go ahead and take the play himself. I think that's what Ryan Allen expected, and it really kind of fooled Ryan. The ball was up almost in his face, and instead of a possible double play, now the Rams in a jam again.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Jason Harris, the hitter, and you can hear the life from the Brookwood crowd for the first time in a while. First pitch a little bit low and outside to Jason Harris. It's 1-0. Harris singled and scored the only Brookwood run so far back in the third after stealing second base. The wind. The 1-0 pitch, called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. And Moon immediately up and looking at first base where Ashley Sweat was a few steps away from the bag.
And even without having to throw, he made him dive back into the base.
1-1, low and outside. Another good stop from the Moondog. It's 2-1.
Something he does so well, moving to the outside part of the plate, getting down, keeping the ball in front of him, and his quick hands, he's able to come up with that and not even let it get away from him.
Harris awaits the 2-1 offering. The base is loaded here, called strike. Goes to 2-2.
Good let-up pitch there by Luke. I think the hitter was looking for the heat, and Luke fooled him with the off-speed.
And working quickly, Allen delivers that 2-2 offering. It is past Moon. Runner heads for home. Here's the throw and the tag, not in time. It is now 6-2. The Rams on top. That one's a wild pitch from Luke Allen. Scoring bell, and Brookwood has another one on the scoreboard. 1 down, and second and third in the double play now is not a possibility, and the count is full.
And I think a throw just maybe 6 more inches to the third base side would have had him look like the ball beat him, but Luke wasn't able to make a sweep tag and get him there. It looked like the throw beat him if Luke would have been able to get out there.
The Broncos
now he's really got to bear down.
Wind, the 3-2 pitch, swung and grounded toward Ryan Allen at second. Makes the play cleanly, and his throw to first in time. A throw over toward third, but Sweat is back in, diving. A run scores, makes it 6-3. The Rams still on top, but the lead dwindling little by little, but a clean play from Allen helps the Rams get a little bit closer to escaping this inning.
Kind of a dangerous play there by Lance Carlson, particularly with 2 out. You really don't want to run the risk of throwing that ball away down there. He really hadn't wandered that far off the bag. Perhaps his little bit of inexperience at first base shows there. It's a dangerous spot to be throwing the ball around.
Nick Green is 2 for 2 with a walk, and he will step up with a runner at third and 2 out. But it will take a base hit or some way reaching base for him if Brookwood is to keep the inning alive. There's a pitch outside from Luke Allen. Still got good speed on the fastball. It's 1-0. And Allen winds and is 1-0 outside, ball 2.
This is really the hitter he wants to get, because if he puts this hitter on, that's going to bring the tying run to the plate. Rams now with only a 3-run lead.
2-0 on the way. It also misses low and outside, 3-0. And another wide one, and you risk bringing up the cleanup batter, who would represent the potential tying run. Need to throw a strike here, does Luke Allen, and it's outside. Ball 4. He tried to put something extra on the fastball, but it sailed outside, and now runners at the corners with 2 down.
And this is a dangerous situation. Luke has given up a couple of long balls this year. He really doesn't want to groove one to this hitter, Wes Zwern, because normally a guy hitting in the cleanup spot has a little bit of stick to his bat and can lose the ball. And, of course, a long one here, and we're all tied up again.
And Zwern has 2 base hits to his credit this afternoon, a single in the first and a single also in the third. Allen checks the runners. His first pitch is past Moon. Here comes another runner home. The throw and the tag not in time. And another runner moves to second. It is now 6-4. The Rams on top. Well, they had to make it interesting, if nothing else. With 2 outs here in the 6th, Brookwood has put 3 runs across. A couple of wild pitches contributing. And also a ground out with the infield back caused the other run to score. But now a runner at second with 2 down.
And how important is that error now down at second base on the ground ball to the shortstop?
That would have meant the inning as far as this one is concerned, because there was 1 down when that ball was hit to the shortstop Easterday. Stretch and pitch, swung on and missed. It's 1-1, and Allen still coming after the cleanup man with a gutsy fastball. Rams in the 6th have the bottom of the order coming up. Pitch is low and outside, ball 2. 2-1 to the Brookwood Bronco left fielder. Allen, a 2-0 record, 3 saves, a 2.86 ERA coming in. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Evens this one up at 2-2.
Big pitch here. He doesn't want to have to go to 3-2 on this guy. Needs to make him hit his pitch and get him to either pop it up or try and blow it by him.
Stretch as he checks the runner and Allen delivers. It's outside, ball 3. Now a crucial pitch. A strike means the end of this inning. A ball puts a potential go-ahead run at the plate in the person of Brad Teal. Teal 1 for 2 with a walk. Moon gives the sign, the payoff pitch, swung on and grounded towards short. It's going to be a tough play for Easterday. It eats him up, and all hands are safe. First and third, 2 down.
And a real tough chance there. Matt Easterday came in, tried to rush, and just wasn't able to make the play as it kind of stuck in his glove. He lost sight of the ball and was not able to make the play. So another error on Matt Easterday there. And the Rams are in a hole now, and it's going to take some good pitching by Luke here to try and get him out of this bind now. The actual potential winning lead run coming to the plate right now in the bat of Brad Teal.
Teal, a right-handed batter, righty versus righty. There's a swing and a line drive. This one past Easterday into center field. Another one scores, and the Brookwood Broncos have pulled to within 1 on the base hit by Teal.
And there's no one throwing down in the Ram bullpen, so it looks like, oh, we've got a runner picked off base, and Luke bounces it and throws it into center field.
Luke Allen was trying to throw the ball to Matt Easterday as they had the runner picked off second base as we looked away momentarily, but once again he was very close, and his throw toward Easterday bounced, and Richie Cleary, fortunately in right field, was right there, but the runner was safe back in at second base. So a run scores on the single by Teal. Coach Brassfield has a conference at the mound, and Bill, the official score ruling on the ball, the previous one hit by Zwern to Easterday, was what?
Oh, that was definitely an error. That was the ball that just kind of ate him up, and then he turned away, not even knowing where the ball was.
First and second. The Rams up by only 1 here with 2 down. The 9th man to hit in this inning, Corey Tarver, the DH. He is 0 for 3. A strikeout, a grounded into a double play. Also, he's reached on a fielder's choice. Stretch and first pitch to him. Bounced on 2 hops. This one will be taken by Easterday. His throw to first in time. And that'll do it for the Brookwood Broncos in the 6th inning. Easterday was playing second there. He and Ryan Allen had switched positions between second and short. That must have happened just a couple of batters ago. But Brookwood, in the inning, picks up 4 runs. They do so on 2 hits. There were a couple of Ram errors and 2 men left on base. We've got a ball game once again as we go to the bottom of the 6th with your score. The Newton Rams 6, the Brookwood Broncos 5. We'll be back. More of this barn burner after this. WGFS AM 1430.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
It's the Best Buys of March going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza. Ace white leather palm gloves made of durable white cotton canvas available in small or large, $197 a pair. An 18-inch garage sweep from the National Brush Company, $5.88. Ace 5-star flat latex wall paint, $7.97 a gallon. And an Ace 8.5-inch clamp lamp, just $3.33. It's the best buys of March going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza.
And welcome back to Riverside Park, and as the saying goes, we got a new ball game here. What looked like it was going to be a cakewalk for the Rams, not anymore. Here to try and get some more runs for the Rams, the voice of the Rams, Kevin Holden.
Bill Dolan, I thank you very much. Lance Cawthon is the first man due up here for the Newton Rams in the bottom of the 6th. They lead this one by only 1 run, so we mentioned the scare that we had earlier. We've got another one here. This time, though, the Rams are on top by 1 run. They would like nothing more than to score something in this inning before going to the 7th. Cawthon takes a pitch inside.
And Luke Allen not having one of his most effective outings on the mound. Of course, his defense kind of fell down a little behind him in that last inning.
A 1-0 on the way. There's a swing and a ground ball towards short, deep in the hole. Green makes the play. His throw to first in time. A tremendous play in the hole from Nick Green. The ball had gotten by Mark Bell, the third baseman, who is holding his wrist right now. He may have fallen on that wrist, but Green with a tremendous play, retiring Cawthon.
Came up and made a good, strong throw to first, and Lance appeared to get a really slow jump out of the box. He really didn't get down the line real well, and I thought when it got that far into the hole that he might end up beating it out, but he really struggled getting out of the box.
Here's Trent Alexander. He takes the first one, a curveball that drops in for a strike, 0-1. Alexander, without an official at bat, he's been to the plate twice, and twice he's been given first base on the free pass. 0-1 to him. Swung on and grounded hard towards second base, but Wiggins is right there, and his throw to first in time. 2 down. Fun at the old ballpark. You cannot beat it. Newton Ram baseball, and if you do not like exciting baseball, you probably shouldn't stick around for 8 Quad A South season, because the Rams and all of their 8 Quad A South opponents play some intense and great baseball games.
And there are no givens.
Easterday awaiting the first offering, swings and fouls it back 0-1. Last year, there was really only one weak team in 8 Quad A South. That was Clark Central. Guess what? They're gone. They're in 8 Quad A North, and in their stead, they have Parkview. Does 8 Quad A South, and Parkview is ranked nationally in the USA Today baseball polls. The 0-1 pitch swung on and line foul down the first base side, 0-2. Outside of that, just about everyone else in this sub-region is a strong baseball team with quite a bit of heritage. Not making a pun about the school that's in 8 Quad A North either, which is also a pretty strong sub-region as well. The 0-2 outside, 1-2. A lot of tradition, though, in 8 Quad A South with the Brookwood Broncos and now the Parkview Panthers, who are in 8 Quad A South. Winder Barrow in AAA last year was a ranked team, so expect a tough sub-region battle. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed from Easterday. That's the second time that he has gone down on strikes. The Rams go down 1-2-3 here in the 6th and hope that Luke Allen can hold the Brookwood Broncos in the 7th. We'll be back with more hot Newton Ram action right after this on WGFS AM 1430.
Today, more than ever, personal safety is a real concern. And with a cellular phone from East Metro Communications, help is just a phone call away. East Metro Communications is Covington's full-service cellular store. An authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, East Metro Communications has a complete selection of car phones, transportable phones, and handheld phones. East Metro Communications stocks quality cellular phones from Oki, NEC, AudioVox, Motorola, and Fujitsu. Go by East Metro Communications at 7115 Highway 278 and let their staff show you just how affordable cellular can be. That's East Metro Communications, 7115 Highway 278, or call them at 786-6796. Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular. That's East Metro Communications, 786-6796, Highway 278 in Covington.
And do you like close, exciting baseball games? You're listening to the right station. This is WGFS AM 1430. We've got a one-run ball game. We're in the top of the 7th inning, and here to try to bring it home, Kevin Holden.
Bill, do you realize the difference in this game is Brian Moon's home run, which was almost an afterthought, which gave the Rams a 6-1 lead a few innings ago?
At the time, it seemed like just a little icing on the cake, and right now, it is the difference in the game.
Brookwood had an inning in the 6th, just like the Rams did back in the 4th. The Rams scored 5, sending 10 men to the plate in the 4th inning. Brookwood scored 4 and batted around themselves in the 6th. And Mark Bell leads it off. Luke Allen with a chance to close it out. His wind and pitch. A little bit high, 1-0. It's Mark Bell, Andrew Bice, and Marcus Wiggins. Bottom third of the Brookwood order.
Strange infield lineup for the Rams. They're way in at the corners, as if they're expecting him to bunt. Lance Cawthon starts to back up now with a strike on the hitter.
And the 1-1 pitch on the way. Line toward left field. This one is going to fall in front of Doss for a base hit. The base hit, Doss's throw in, keeps the runner at first base. That's Mark Bell representing the tying run. And there's a switch in the middle infield. The switch actually came about last inning after Easterday was having all of that trouble at shortstop. Coach Brassfield moved Ryan Allen from second over to short and moved Easterday from short to second base. The batter will be Andrew Bice. And Lance Cawthon will go in and talk with his pitcher. It's 6-5 Rams, 3 outs away from a victory, but the tying run on base for Brookwood.
And it never gets easy. We've had some real hard stoppers. I guess this one's starting to get up in that Fayette range where the Rams had to come from behind several times. This time they took the lead, and now they're trying to stave them off at the end, and hopefully they can do it.
And throughout, the folks at the concession stand have been there, and they've kept us fresh with some Sprites throughout the game, and we thank them for that. Pitch is low and outside, 1-0. They should get a partial player of the game one of these games for all the work they do for us. Andrew Bice, 1 for 2. He's also walked and scored a run. Pitch to him. There's a called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
Wouldn't you love to see that old wholesaler right here and make matters just a little bit easier?
It also would help boost the confidence of those two middle infielders. The 1-1, the Brookwood hitter looking to bunt. It's a strike, though. He missed it. It's 1-2. And once again, Bice failing on the bunt attempt. That pitch was outside the strike zone.
Up in his eyes, and really a horrible pitch to attempt to bump. They really have shown a real ineptitude on the bunt.
1-2, swung on and missed. There's the first out, and a big one. A strikeout from Luke Allen, his 5th since coming into this game back in the 3rd.
And that pitch down in the dirt, but Brian come up digging it up. Of course, the runner cannot advance when there is already a runner on first base. The runner attempted to break down to first base, but I guess he realized then that he could not do it.
Now here's Wiggins, who is 0 for 3. He struck out looking back in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 6th, and in between, popped the ball up to Richie Cleary in right field in the 4th inning. And it appears as though there is a pinch hitter for Wiggins, and we'll have the name for you in just a moment, a left-handed batter. Allen stretch as he checks the runner. The pitch is grounded toward third. It's past Alexander. It's into left field. That's a base hit. Runner stopped at first and second. 2 men on, though, and 1 out. And the Cardiac Kids are back as Luke Allen will have a little bit of good pitching to do to try to bail out of this jam now.
And it is a jam now because the tying run is down at second base. Potential lead run at first base.
Here's Ashley Sweat. He is 0 for 4. And Brian Moon goes out to talk for just a moment with Luke Allen, who is asking for a new baseball. There will be a pinch runner at first base for the pinch hitter who hit for Marcus Wiggins. Craig Butler was the pinch hitter. Now we've got to check who the pinch runner is. He wears uniform number 1, and he'll be at first, and Mark Bell at second. 1 down, and Ashley Sweat, the hitter. And now a double play would mean the ball game and the Rams' first gut-wrenching win in the sub-region this year. There's a called strike, 0-1 in the Rams' first sub-region game of the year. On deck is Jason Harris. He's 1 for 4. Scored the first of Brookwood's runs back in the 3rd. Stretch and pitch. It's in the dirt. A good stop from Moon. Wiggins came back in to pinch run, so he's back at first base. Wiggins had batted the first 3 times but was 0 for 3, so the head coach decided to let someone else get on base and then bring Wiggins back in. The stretch, the 1-1, it's high, 2-1.
Luke really has to bear down here now, and the last thing he wants to do also is throw a wild pitch. A good stop, 2 pitches ago by Brian Moon, but Luke doesn't want to go 3-1 on this hitter.
Sweat, a right-handed batter, swings and lines one. A catch from Lance Coffin. He will step on the first base bag, an unassisted double play, and the Rams win the game. What a tremendous play from Coffin, going airborne for the line drive and turning the double play himself. And if you're the Brookwood Broncos, a heartbreaking way to go down, but if you're the Rams, a terrifically exciting way to pick up your first sub-region win of 1995.
Absolutely, and Lance kind of went up in the air and did one of those, oh, look what I got, and immediately had the forethought to run back to touch first base. He knew it. The game was over. You could see it as he ran over and stepped on the bag. Just a great way to end the game. I can't think of a better way.
Coffin had both arms in the air as he went to first base. It's fitting that the man who started this game on the mound finishes the game at first base. We'll be back. Newton Ram Baseball, WGFS AM 1430.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
Take the worry out of insurance claims with Auto Owners Insurance. Ranked as one of the top companies in the United States for claim service by a national consumer magazine, you'll enjoy a quick and fair settlement of your personal or business loss. In fact, we're known as the no-problem people because service is our claim to fame. See your Auto Owners Insurance agent today.
Call your auto owner's agents. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
If you want to save money on a great chainsaw, you want the Husqvarna 51. Because right now at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, you can pick up the powerful, reliable, and lightweight Husqvarna 51 for only $329.95. That's a savings of $70. With 3.1 cubic inches, the Husky 51 has the power to do some serious cutting. Thanks to an extra-large air intake and filter, it runs clean and cool. It weighs just over 11 pounds and features a combination choke idle for easy starting. What's more, it has one of the industry's lowest vibration ratings. It all adds up to a saw that lets you do a lot more with a lot less effort. No wonder professional loggers choose Husqvarna. So pick up your own Husqvarna, the Husky 51, and save big. It's just $329.95 at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Call them at 786-7979 for more information or see them on the square in downtown Covington.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
And welcome back to a now quiet Riverside Park, Newton Ram Baseball. And as they say, does it get any better than that? What a better way to end the game. A rocket shot hit down the first base line. Lance Coffin climbs the ladder, comes up with it, steps on first for the double play. Rams win it. Totals and highlights, Kevin Holden.
Okay, Bill Dolan, thank you very much. The Rams win this one 6-5, and yes, we can all breathe easy for another 48 hours until we do this again. 6 runs, 8 hits for the Rams, 2 errors. They left only 3 men on base. Lance Coffin started this one, went 2 innings. Luke Allen with 5 innings of relief, facing 24 batters. He gave up 4 runs. Not a single one of them was earned. The defense behind him fell apart in the later innings. 7 hits he allowed, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. The Rams just barely escaping that bad defense and winning this one. Brookwood, 5 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, and they left 12 big men on base. Keith Wilson going the entire way in the loss for the Broncos. Brookwood falls to 7-4 and 0-1 in sub-region play, and the Rams now 10-1, and they start 1-0 in the sub-region. The next sub-region game for the Rams will be Wednesday as they take on the Shiloh Generals from Parents Field at Shiloh High School in Lithonia, and that will start at 5 o'clock, and of course that'll be live on WGFS. But Bill, this game with a lot of symbolism. As you mentioned, the man who finished the game at first base with the line drive unassisted double play also started this one on the mound.